According to NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, currently less than 10% of the global ocean is mapped using modern sonar technology. For the ocean and coastal waters of the United States, only about 35% has been mapped with a modern method. But the most shocking, more than 80% of our ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. So is it safe to say there could be phenomena occurring in these unexplored parts of the ocean that if we discovered would be beyond the scope of normal scientific understanding? NOAA also points out that scientists estimate that 91% of ocean species have yet to be classified. So are cryptozoologists that crazy to search for and study the unknown, legendary, or extinct animals whose present existence is disputed or unsubstantiated and referred to as a pseudoscience? Let's dive into the cauldron and the ocean and get into some anomalies and paranormal of the deep sea, because it's crazy out here in the ocean. My name is Kayla, this is Xenu, and we are Cauldron Convos, baby, under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Everything's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me and my happy or sad friend, depending on the moment.
Yeah.
Someone has a bad case of crabs.
It was detected to our lovely subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. For the people who are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we post 3 times a week now on the spine-chilling, paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime topics that you definitely want to hear about. I also posted a reaction video to reacting to scary deep sea
Critters.
stuff.
Yeah, and if you guys want to suggest a topic or send us photos like our friend Chris that we're going to be showing a little bit later in the podcast, please email us at cauldronconvos@gmail.com.
Yes, email.
We would love that. We're going to post polls, on our YouTube community page. If you have a suggestion on something we should cover, please send her in.
Send it in.
We love true crime.
Love you.
Nothing is relaxing like a murder mystery.
Back to the video. So let's first talk about the bloop.
Bloop?
The bloop was an ultra-low frequency, high-amplitude underwater sound detected by NOAA in 1997, aka the same administration that provided us the statistics before on, how much of the ocean is unexplored.
I feel like to the layman, the bloop is probably the most well-known underwater phenomenon.
The bloop, this sound, has been pointed out to occur at a remote point in the south of the Pacific Ocean, west of the southern tip of South America. Equatorial Pacific Ocean Autonomous Hydrophone Array, which basically is a system of hydrophones, which are kind of like underwater microphones, that are primarily used to monitor undersea seismicity. Is that how you say it?
Yes, like seismic.
Yeah.
So they're in place to basically determine whether or not there's been an earthquake. And it's a function of being able to determine whether or not there's going to be a tsunami, because oftentimes when there's an earthquake, it becomes a tsunami.
Also to track marine mammal population and migration as well. This is why they have these little underwater microphones out here.
Yeah, that's why they always pick up your mama's calls, because she's a whale.
Burn. I haven't heard a Yo Mama joke since 2012, but thank you. So because so much of the ocean is unexplored, people started coming up with these theories of this sound, the bloop.
Well, the interesting thing is about the bloop, it was picked up on multiple microphones from all over. It wasn't just one mic. It wasn't just like a hot mic.
Yep.
It was like, this shit was loud.
Loud and proud. So for example, could the bloop be from a secret underwater military exercise? Could it be from ship engines, fishing boats, maybe giant squids, whales, or maybe another type of cryptid that we don't know?
Or not even a cryptid, just an undiscovered creature. I mean, with only like less than 10% of the ocean floor mapped, I mean, there could really be anything out there. I mean, it's crazy. I think they've mapped more of the surface of the moon than the ocean.
However, although these are fun theories to talk about, and we could still talk about, we could still ideate about them, we could still question the purpose of NOAA and their true goals, but they say on their website that as years passed, researchers continue to deploy hydrophones closer to Antarctica to study the sounds of the seafloor volcanoes and earthquakes. So in doing so, they discovered the source of the bloop in 2005. Supposedly.
According to the big government, the New World Order. Yeah.
National. Gov. It's like a .gov website. So,
something smells fishy.
like the National Park website with reporting on their peanut sales or whatever. The bloop was the sound of an icequake. An iceberg. Icequake? Oh, I thought I was pronouncing it wrong.
Icequake. It's like from, what's that movie?
Ice Age?
Ice Age!
I didn't even know they said that in Ice Age.
I don't think they do.
Oh, okay.
They definitely don't.
An iceberg cracking and breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. With global warming, more and more ice quakes occur annually, breaking off glaciers, cracking, and eventually melting into the ocean.
No.
No.
No, sorry.
Numerous ice quakes share similar spectrograms with Bloop, as well as the amplitude necessary to detect them despite ranges exceeding 5,000 kilometers.
But then wouldn't we get a lot of these bloops? Shit, global warming's been going on for a while, and all these icebergs are melting, but we only have one bloop.
No, there are other unexplained sounds, but yes, there are not that many.
No, but like this is like the bloop.
Yeah, true. This is the Bloop.
Get out of here, .gov.
Whatever. Maybe it wasn't a cryptid that was in charge of the Bloop, and they're probably sitting in the ocean, like, filing their nails, like, yeah, you can't find me, bitch.
I mean, another popular
Not me.
opinion is, like, with all these, like, UAPs flying around. We're going to do an episode on UAPs eventually. Like, government, you know, Navy airplanes are scanning. They see these UFOs. They go into the ocean. And so they think that aliens could be underwater.
Or maybe the Kraken had a fart.
The Kraken ass.
Cracking that ass.
Cracking that ass.
Or could it be underwater aliens? Underwater mermaid aliens?
What?
I don't know.
I just said aliens.
Yeah, but like mermaid aliens.
Why would they be mermaid aliens?
Jar Jar Binks.
Missa swim in the ocean. Missa make big fat bloop noise.
Christopher Fox, who was part of NOAA, did appear in an interview with CNN in 2001. Why didn't he go on Fox?
Well, I think that was before CNN was fake news.
Christopher Fox. Get it?
Cricket.
Okay. Christopher Fox stated that he believed the bloop was from ice calving in Antarctica. But in 2002, he was interviewed by David Woolman for an article in New Scientist. In this interview, he stated that he did not believe the bloop's origin was man-made, such as a submarine or a bomb. But he did state that the audio profile of the bloop does resemble that of a living creature, but still defended that it would be, quote, far more powerful than the calls made by any animal on Earth.
That we know of.
Yeah.
Now, can we...
Did someone make a bloop song? Someone should make... idea. Someone should make a song, like a techno song, using all of the unidentified sounds in the ocean, because there's more than just the bloop.
And then play it at Coachella.
Yes. Yes, that'll show the government...
Yeah, you'll never...
At Coachella.
You'll just end up overdosed because they'll assassinate you.
So even though he's saying that it's far more powerful than any animal on Earth, it could be from an animal because its signature is a rapid variation in frequency similar to that of sounds known to be made by marine beasts. But the one crucial difference is that the bloop was detected by sensors up to 3,000 miles apart. So that is how loud this sound was.
I wonder if you were underwater and you heard that, if that shit would make you go deaf. Because I've heard rumors, okay, hear me out, you could probably Google this, like that whale noises, whale singing, whale cries can make you go deaf or kill you. Like a sperm whale can just give a little moan and will kill you on the spot.
Sperm whale?
Sperm whale?
This sound was also supposed to originate from the area where Cthulhu,
God bless you.
which is a animal or whatever, described to slumber.
Cthulhu?
Cthulhu. And did you know what that is?
Yeah.
How do you know what Cthulhu is? Did I even say Cthulhu? Hulu.
I'm not even looking at the script or anything. And
What is that? Okay, whatever. H.P. Lovecraft.
What do you...
I don't know what Cthulhu is.
Oh my God. Yeah, because you grew up watching Sweet Life of Zach and Cody and the Maury Show.
At the Tipton. When you stay at the Tipton puts you on top.
You
'Cause
are
all the
not
top
the
when you try to
father.
This island was in a book by H.P. Lovecraft. This sound was supposed to be the same place that this creature, say his name, Cthulhu,
Cthulhu, yeah.
described his slumber. So that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Is H.P. Lovecraft a wizard?
You're a wizard, H.P. Lovecraft.
Because isn't
I'm
there
a
a wizard
what?
named Lovecraft? The last name?
Love good, my friend.
Lovegood? Lockhart. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm stupid. Lovecraft, Lockhart.
Love good's a lot closer to Lovecraft.
Okay. As we said, in addition to the bloop, there are other unexplained sounds. There's upsweep. There's whistle. According to NOAA, the whistle is similar to volcanogenic sounds previously recorded in the Mariana volcanic arc of the Pacific Ocean. There's a sound, Julia, and NOAA said that the source of this sound was most likely a large iceberg that had run aground off of Antarctica. It was loud enough to be heard over the entire equatorial Pacific Ocean autonomous hydrophone array with a duration of about 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Damn.
There's another sound called slowdown. The source of the sound was most likely a large iceberg as well as it became grounded, and a sound that they refer to as train. According to NOAA, the origin of the sound train is most likely generated by a very large iceberg grounded. Okay, bitch, really?
It would
These
be
icebergs?
funny if it was, hey there, Delilah. Like under the
Oh, no, Julia.
train.
Oh, train. So whatever, there's all these unidentified sounds. NOAA is claiming that these sounds are made by icebergs, volcanic, whatever the hell, not a creature, but could be. There was also some underwater crop circles. And underwater crop circles are essentially ornate, symmetrical patterns temporarily carved into the sandy sea floor. The first crop circle was discovered in Japan in 1995, and at first no one could explain the phenomena. A lot of the crop circles on land are known to be hoaxes. People admit to that it was just a prank. Also, it's obviously easier to pull that prank off like in a crop than underwater. You have to be like a diver. That narrows it down. Then you have to be a diver that's a prankster that likes hoaxes and is an artist.
A pretty specific person.
Very specific. There's like that one guy that's like, they're on to me. These underwater crop circles were first discovered in Japan in 1995. At first, no one could explain this phenomena. What if the underwater aliens were making these mermalians?
But what's
Did
the
I
point
make
of
that
them?
word up?
Yeah, I've never heard of.
But crazy enough, in 2013, they found out that this was actually explainable. But for a long time, they did not know what was doing this. Unfortunately, it's not underwater mermaid aliens, mermalians trying to communicate with divers. Instead, they are pufferfish. Mrs. Puff. The team of researchers stated that the, quote, huge geometrical structures play a role in the species' mating ritual. So this is how it works. The pufferfish men basically flap their fins as they swim along the seafloor, resulting in disrupted sediment and these crazy circular patterns. The fish themselves are just 5 inches long, but they make these circles that measure 7 feet in diameter.
Well, there's nothing wrong about being just 5 inches. You can clearly make an impact.
You can clearly mate well. You can get some mates.
7 feet.
It's not about the size. It's about how you use it. The 5-inch is...
That's why we have a
making
7-foot
the seven-
circle. All
yeah.
right.
That's huge. It's not like a quick little etch-a-sketch design. It takes the pufferfish gentlemen a lot, about 7 to 9 days to finish the circles.
Okay.
The women are like, Jesus, finish already.
Yeah. Oh.
Females base their decision about whether or not they want to mate based on the male's construction skills. Live Science says that the researchers still don't know exactly what females are looking for in their ideal circular pattern.
Well, you can't ask a pufferfish.
Yeah, but they could probably
Excuse me.
track. They probably track which pufferfish mate. They try to see which designs correlate with like the ones that whose pufferfish got the biggest puff.
Oh, who got the biggest
I don't know.
yield out of their
Yields
circle?
out of their eggs. However, if things go well for the male and the female pufferfish, the female will lay her eggs in the center of the circle. And then, like most fishes, the males will fertilize those eggs externally.
Now, interesting. You think that you would want to make it not such a high-profile nest. It's like, oh, come look at this caviar in the center of this bullseye.
True. The Baltic Sea Anomaly is a feature visible on an indistinct sonar image taken by Peter Lindberg, Dennis Aberg, and their Swedish Ocean X diving team while treasure hunting on the floor of the northern Baltic Sea at the center of the Gulf of Bothnia in June 2011. Also, I love that they were just treasure hunting.
That's good. Something I
What
would
is
want
this?
to do.
Outer Banks? Okay. So the team suggested that their sonar image showed an object with unusual features of seemingly non-natural origin, prompting speculation published in tabloid newspapers that the object was a sunken UFO. They claimed that their image showed a 200-foot diameter circular object with features that appeared possibly man-made. But of course, scientists and experts have had to ruin it and had a consensus that the image most likely shows a natural geological formation.
Get the fuck out of here, Four Eyes.
But some researchers say that, it might be a UFO that sunk.
Okay, realistically, probably not a UFO. But
Yeah, who
hey,
knows?
that maybe could be Atlantis. Who knows?
True. All right, so now let's get into a creature. Let's get into a giant squid. A mythical kraken is featured in movies such as Pirates of the Caribbean. We have seen artwork featuring mythical creatures attacking ships, artwork from the 1800s, like this one, if you are a video watcher.
And now we'd like to thank Chris, one of our faithful viewers and subscribers who always comment, always is incredibly engaging. Thank you for these AI generated images.
Yep,
actually.
showing these. They're pretty cool.
It's-
I want to like hang one. We should like print one out and hang it back here.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We love you, Chris. And that'd be kind of cool because I feel like it's a piece of the past, like a painting of a Kraken from like olden days.
Yeah.
Mixed with artificial intelligence to create beauty.
Yeah, it's like symbolic, you know?
Vote for Chris.
The juxtaposition of like the past and the future is interesting too, because this mythical kraken, at the time of the artwork, the mythical kraken or a giant squid was just considered a cryptid. Until 2004, when the first real images of giant squids were taken by researchers in Japan.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I actually went to the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., and there's a photo of me somewhere with the first giant Architeuthis carcass.
Oh. And then in 2006, scientists from Japan's National Science Museum caught a live 24-foot female giant squid. So it wasn't until pretty recently. But now every few months, there's another news report of a giant dead squid washing ashore.
And giant squids, like 24 feet isn't that big. Well, before they had a body, they actually would see on sperm whales suction cup marks.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
From these crazy battles between sperm whales trying to munch on some squid, or maybe they're into
calamari.
Maybe they're into like a little bit of squid stuff. There was evidence that these squids existed on these sperm whales' face and stuff because there were suction cup scars from these crazy underwater deep sea battles. Cue photo of a deep sea battle. Yeah.
Tattoo of a suction cup scar on your face. And it's like teardrops, like how many people you've murdered, but it's how many giant squids.
Yeah, but you're a sperm whale.
But you're a sperm whale. This is very specific. Some people still consider the giant squid to be a hoax, but science pretty much says otherwise.
What the fuck?
But underwater video was not accomplished until 2012.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So scientists have learned virtually nothing about the lives of these deep sea giants, not even how big they can get, although some estimates predict they grow up to 66 feet. Let's move on from the creatures to the Atlantis of Japan. In 1987, a local diver exploring off of the coast of Japan's southern Ryukyu Islands stumbled across a startling discovery. 25 meters below the surface, he spotted a series of essentially perfectly carved steps with straight edges. They named these strange structures the Yonaguni Monument, but is nicknamed Japan's Atlantis. It's a massive 50-meter long by 20-meter wide, unusual underwater structure that is believed to be 10,000 years old. And people have been questioning whether or not this is man-made steps, are these ancient pyramids that sank in an earthquake, or are they just natural rock formations? Actually, some think that it's all that remains of a long-lost Pacific civilization, possibly built by Japan's prehistoric Jomon people who inhabited these islands as early as 12,000 BC. Others say that the site resembles natural formations elsewhere around the world with distinctly defined edges and flat surfaces, such as Northern Ireland's giant causeway, whose thousands of interlocking basalt columns were formed by a volcanic eruption millions of years ago. Now, scientists are still arguing if people or Mother Nature created the Yonaguni Monument, as well as whether markings in the stone are carvings of faces and animals or simply naturally made scratches.
So it's interesting because humans are naturally like bound to find faces and things. It's a scientific thing. I forget the name of it, but it's like you look at the moon, like the man on the moon, the face on the moon, the face on Mars. Like that's just your brain trying to identify it.
It's trying to like familiarize something, yeah.
Yeah, it's like why we see animals and shapes and people in clouds.
Same is that why when you're upside down and you look at someone's face, it like looks like a face but like weird?
Oh, it's like one of those things on Facebook where it's like, look, it's Angelina Jolie, but then like the thing says flip it upside down and her face is all fucked up.
Today, it is a popular dive spot for tourists, and it continues to puzzle people as one of the ancient mysteries researchers still can't explain. Despite the narrow passageways, arched entrances, and seemingly parallel 90-degree angles, the unusual formations are largely believed to be natural rather than man-made, particularly since the structure is attached to a larger rock mass. The site's well-defined layers are also likely to have gradually formed due to its site's position in an earthquake-prone area. Marine geologist Masaki Kimura claims that the formations are man-made stepped monoliths. However, these types of claims have been described as pseudo-archaeological. Geologist Robert Skoksh believes that it is most likely natural, though. He observed the sandstones that made up the Yonaguni Formation to contain numerous well-defined parallel bedding planes along which the layers easily separate. The rocks of this group are also crisscrossed by numerous sets of parallel, vertically oriented joints in the rock. These joints are natural, parallel fractures by which the rectangular formation seen in the area likely formed. Yonaguni lies in an earthquake-prone region. Such earthquakes tend to fracture the rocks in a regular manner. He also observes that there are similar formations on the northeast coast of Yonaguni.
Yeah, well, what if it was just a big civilization?
I guess.
Dude, scientists are always trying to say, oh, it's not some cool shit.
They're always disprove. Sorry, that was a crazy laugh.
I like scientists and I love science and stuff, but like, damn, they're just party poopers. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, they just didn't believe in germs for the longest time.
Yeah, well, this is also similar to the Bimini Road, which is a submerged rock formation located...
Bimini? Or...
Bimini?
You're definitely pronouncing that wrong.
Or is it Bimini?
Bimini.
Bimini?
Bimini.
Bimini? You think
Bimini.
It's Bimini Road?
Cue
Jiminy
Graham
Cricket,
Hancock.
Bimini Road. Jiminy
Have you
Cricket
watched
on
any
Bimini
Graham
Road.
Hancock?
Bimini Road is a submerged rock formation located off the coast of the island of Bimini in the Bahamas. Oh, so it's an island.
Bimini.
Bimini. Fuck.
Get fucked.
Bimini. Mario. The formation consists of a series of rectangular limestone rocks that are thought to have been part of a larger structure, possibly a road or a wall. The Bimini Road was discovered in the late 1960s by an American pilot and amateur archaeologist named Dr. J. Manson Valentine. What are all with these love names? Okay, baby.
Dr. J.
Dr. J's shoes. Is that a store in the Bronx? Dr. J's sneaks?
No, it's Dr. J's booty pants or some booty jeans. You okay?
I forgot
Do I have to
that you
turn
had
this
to
off?
unscrew the camera
Yeah,
off. I look over and you're like...
You say quickly. Do I have to turn this off?
Anyway, our Dr. Valentine noticed the formation while flying over the area and became intrigued by its unusual shape and alignment. That's funny. He was just flying over the area and he was like, I need to investigate underwater. That's a lot. Since its discovery, the Bimini Road has been a major
Bimini.
Fuck!
You Googled the pronunciation.
What did I say?
Bimini. Or something.
Bimini, you're a meanie. Stop being a Bimini.
Okay.
The road has been the subject of much debate and controversy among archaeologists and other researchers. Some have suggested that the formation is evidence of an ancient civilization. Others believe that it is a natural phenomenon created by erosion and the action of the sea. Various studies have been conducted on the road, including underwater surveys and core drilling to examine the composition of the limestone blocks. Some researchers have suggested that the blocks are too perfectly aligned to be a natural formation and that they may have been shaped by human hands. Okay, you know what? I have to be against these people for a little bit because, you know, in nature, there's so many like crazy patterns, right? Like,
Yeah,
you know, like the
that's
shell, like, what's that perfect circle thing called? Or like that shell,
golden
the spiral,
ratio.
the golden ratio, something like that.
The golden shower? I don't remember.
I don't know. I think that one. Yeah. Okay, like too perfectly aligned. Like, okay, really? You know?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Just a thought. Despite the ongoing debate about its origins, the road is a popular destination for divers and tourists who are fascinated. It remains an interest for researchers and scholars who are interested in ancient civilizations and the history of the Bahamas.
There's a crazy video, besides Milky Sea Phenomenon, of like this marine biologist filming this thing on the surface. And they're like, what the fuck is it?
What is it?
They don't know still.
Oh, well, what is
Yeah,
it
it's like a sea
called?
creature.
Oh.
Google marine biologist finds unknown sea creature. Not random.
Bizarre blob?
Bizarre blob. I had one of those in the toilet this morning.
In the Natalie Holloway one, I accidentally said blob instead of Bob, the guy's name.
I know. I remember. I was there.
Shameless plug. Okay. The strange animals were collected in the Galapagos Islands by marine biologists Gail Ashton and Kristen Larson with the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center. The creatures are tunicates. Tunicates? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Which is a group of marine invertebrates, animals without a backbone, that live in saltwater habitats around the world, comprising around 3,000 species. Sometimes referred to as sea squirts. Yeah. Sea squirts.
Sea squirt. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, they're just ugly ass things.
No.
Oh, wait, no, this is not
there's
even
a
it.
That's not it, you dum-dum.
What is this? The Milky Sea Phenomenon. In 1864, Captain Raphael Semmes wrote from his cabin on the CSS Alabama about passing, quote, from the deep blue water into a patch of water so light it startled me. The whole face of nature seemed changed, and with a little stretch of the imagination, the Alabama might have been conceived to be a phantom ship lighted up by the sickly and unearthly glare of a phantom sea. Also called Moreal, the Milky Sea is caused by bioluminescent bacteria, billions of trillions of them that live throughout the water column from the surface to the sea floor. But in 1800s, the sailors had no idea what was causing the effect, and are pretty sure it was something sinister. They described it as looking like milk or clouds from horizon to horizon, plowing through molten lead or sailing on a field of snow. According to Stephen Miller, who is a senior research scientist at the Colorado State University, he stated, "We haven't solved the mystery of the Milky Seas. We just need to find out a lot more about it." Okay. There's not concrete evidence of how they form, why they form. Interesting. Anyways, that is it for this week's podcast on the deep sea anomalies. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, because we post videos every single week. And I'll see you guys next time here on
The channel.
Cauldron Convos.
We love you.
Bye.
Also, if you guys can find the article about or the video of this marine biologist that films this creature floating on the surface, I can't find it for the life of me.